Hello and welcome back to one of our last Sunday specials of the U Up podcast.
What?
I'm Jordana Abraham.
Who is this?
I'm Jordana Abraham.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm Jared Freed.
Okay,
We're
so
here.
We're not getting rid of an episode. Don't freak out.
Relax. Chill.
But what is happening
Chilly Willy.
is we are changing the date.
Relax.
The day of the week that the second episode of the week comes out.
It's coming out. Don't worry.
It's still coming. You're still going to get your fix.
You'll get it.
Don't freak out.
We're now going to have episodes Wednesdays and Fridays.
Yes. Instead of Wednesdays and Sundays, Wednesdays and Fridays, or if you're a subscriber, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's right.
And the reason for you may be saying, why are you doing this?
We're getting a divorce. No,
Is it my fault? No.
If you kids were better, maybe we keep it on Sundays.
We're doing this because episodes just do better when they're out during the week instead of on the weekend. People are busy on the weekends. They're not listening to shows. So we're coming out early for you.
Yes, we want more listeners. We want more great, wonderful people like you to enjoy this show. And a way to do that is to have people tuning in as it comes out. And for people that seems Fridays would work better than Sundays. Listen. That's not to say you can do whatever you'd like.
You can still listen.
Yeah, you can listen on
Sunday.
Sundays. You can save it.
You can listen whenever you want to listen. That's
right.
The beauty of the show. And another announcement. So because of that, we're not going to call it the Sunday special anymore.
It'd be weird to call it the Sunday special.
If it comes out on Friday,
Right.
it would be strange.
So we need a new name.
Yeah, and that's where
Freaky
you guys.
Friday.
That's where you guys come in. Freaky Friday.
I don't know. I don't want to get in anyone's. I don't want to steer anyone's idea. Have you thought of any ideas for the name for the Friday episodes? We want to take submissions.
Fuck around, find out Friday.
Ooh,
who knows?
Get a little extreme.
Not quite as
Feck around instead of betches. Fuck and feck.
Not so much brand safety there.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
I don't know if
know.
Huggies will be sponsoring any more episodes.
What a great podcast for Huggies to sponsor.
Well, the listenership, we're getting older.
That's true.
We're
I feel
talking
like
about relationships here. All relationships, dating, marriage.
all of it.
All of it.
So let us know your names, your name ideas for the Sunday specials that are coming out on Fridays. uup@betches.com. If you got a Friday name, start thinking creatively. Let the creative juices start flowing.
Think in the nature of dating too. We kind of want this to be.
I mean, don't
call it Huggies
bounds.
Friday.
There's bounds.
Right. We want Ghosted Friday, something that would speak to the masses. We'll keep noodling.
Yeah, maybe we'll come up with a better idea than any of you. We'll see.
You idiots. We'll figure it out.
No, this audience is so creative. Do you remember the jingles?
The jingles. Oh, I remember the jingles.
The jingles were
they
the most
fantastic.
creative thing I'd ever seen. It made me realize that the audience was much smarter than us.
Way smarter. I mean, they're sign-offs. I always love the sign-offs. So, and their emails. You guys got great emails. We got great emails today.
Yeah, but you got an announcement, right?
2 months away from the live taping in Tarrytown.
What is the name? Oh, the name of the special is not out yet.
There's some comics that say that's bad luck to name it before you've taped it.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't really buy into that.
I feel like you named the last one.
Before we did it, I
Right?
named it 39 and
and
Single.
it got bought by Netflix. so-
37 and Single. Yeah, I'm 39 and single now. So, yeah, I don't know what I would call it. Some have said Beach by Noon because it's about going to the beach with my parents. But it's not. There's no Beach by Noon joke in the special, so
Right.
that might be tough. Sometimes it's a line from the special.
You could see what I know what my favorite part is, but I'm not gonna let
Don't
the
ruin
audience.
it for people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it.
Well,
I mean,
what would be the subject matter?
something about dieting.
Oh,
I would
okay.
say.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's lines that stand out to me,
Yeah.
but go see it for yourself. I've seen the show 2 times, but I'll still be at the recording.
Right.
For the special, I'm excited to see it for the show is amazing. No
Thank
matter
you.
how many times you see it, I've seen it twice. I'm excited to see it a third
Well, I
time.
fixed it up too, so there's some parts that are
wow.
different now.
It's
gonna
been
be
a minute
very,
since
it's been
I've
a
seen
minute. It's going to be more. By that time, it'll be, very tight. So
It
to
was tight
speak.
the last time I saw it, so I can only imagine.
That's right. And the first show is really close to sold out. So if you're sitting there on your hands and you're like, well, I want to go out early, you better get those tickets now.
We don't want any DMs.
No DMs.
Close to the day. I didn't get the
Hey,
ticket. Is there anything
please.
available? No.
No, nothing's available.
Nothing. We'll ignore
Goodbye.
you. You'll get blocked for doing
Right.
that.
And we'll spit on you on the way into the theater.
Exactly. Thank you
while
for
we
listening.
wear our mink coats.
Don't look at us in the eye.
Yeah. So, what are we talking about today? Anything?
We got
Do we have a
couples court.
show?
Couples court.
Ooh,
We gotta
couples court.
We have the gavels.
We have the gavels. Oh, this is the best day ever.
Guys, before we jump in, you guys should also know that we're going to be reviewing the new season of Love is Blind.
That's right.
And the episodes will air on YouTube for everyone. So you don't have to be a subscriber to hear our take on Love is Blind. You can listen on YouTube as a You Up for More. Or if you're a subscriber, you can also listen on audio. It'll be out for benefit subscribers on audio as well.
That's right.
So
we're going to give you a little taste.
Check it out. I
That's
haven't
what us
watched
dealers
yet,
do.
but I'm excited. The first recap is already out. You guys can go and listen to it now. Again, if you're a subscriber, you can listen on audio anywhere you listen there. And if you're not a subscriber, you can still listen on YouTube.
We haven't watched yet, but Candace and Belle have told us that it's great.
Yeah, and we haven't watched as of our recording, but by the time you listen to it, we will have watched.
We've watched.
Not to confuse you.
I'm confused. Okay.
I'm so excited for these gavels. Wow.
Oh, I was meant to. So much power.
I feel drunk with power.
Yes.
Do you think this is how the Supreme Court feels?
Yes.
They're just like.
Of course You must want to do it more than once. I'd be a order.
Yeah. Oh.
So.
Candace is acting like we're like 3-year-olds that she gave like a glitter project to. She's like, they are going to be so fucking annoying with these things.
We gave the wrong people gavels. Okay, so let's go to couples court. Judge J&J are going to make our rulings. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Listeners, since 2018, you are my top podcast along with everything in the Betches universe. Morning announcements, The Bachelor, Oversharing, At Betches, big fan. Girl.
Love it.
Thank you.
The whole
oeuvre. I have been with my boyfriend for 5 years.
Ooh.
Throughout our whole relationship, I've known he watches porn. Uh-oh.
How often does she get reminded?
I know about your porn dealings.
Well, can I ask?
You can
Just
ask. I don't know how honest I'll be.
No, I'm just wondering, like, when you were in
Have
a
I done porn?
When you're in a relationship, like, what is your relationship with porn when you're in a relationship?
Porn to me is a vacation.
Okay.
You know, it's you're going to your like a dream world. You know, Are
you watching more porn single than in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
Way more porn. That's all I do is watch porn. No, here's the thing. Porn is like an activity. Like, you know, masturbation is an activity. It's like you need time, you need space, you need the candle lit, you need the sage done, you need the sheets cleaned, you need, you know, all this nice stuff.
Set.
Yeah, there's a nice feeling. You take a shower, you get into bed, you slip on a silk robe, you know, like, you know how I do. No, but I'm saying, like, masturbation where it fits in is like it's more that fills in the boredom hours, you know, like unless you have like a real issue. But like I think like when I'm hitting it, as I say,
to say it as gracefully as possible,
right? It's usually like, you know, it's in the odd hours.
It's a supplement.
It's a supplement. It's not like, and sometimes you'll be like, oh, I haven't done that in a while, and I'm relaxing, and it can add to the relaxment. Like,
sounds like me with yoga.
Right. Well, when you, here's the thing, like, if you've ever been with a man, you know that, like.
As many of you listening have.
Right. If you've been with a man, you know that, like, it's like a grizzly bear after, you know, getting shot with a trank after you've come. Like, it's
good
like.
For you.
Well, you climax and you're like it's like, let me, wee,
right.
You know, bedtime right away. So it is kind of like a relaxing thing for a man, I think.
Right, like a pressure release.
Yes. I would say that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
What do you? Because like, you know, for women, like sometimes it's like, you know, women will come and they're like, I can keep coming forever.
Right.
You know, it's almost like
for men, they're like done for a bit.
Yeah, you're gonna need a second. You know.
Right.
You know, so. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, think to your sexual experiences where a guy's like, well, I just came, I'm done. Mm-hmm. That's him being like, yeah, I'm kind of like, it's time, you know, time to hibernate.
Yeah.
You know,
this is over.
It's over.
Yes.
But it's like, you know, so in that nature, you know, masturbation is like this, like, sleep, lay down, relaxation thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would think of porn. And also, you're going to like Fantasyland.
Right. It's different than sex. They're not the
Way
same.
different.
Yes.
Way different. It's not something that bothers me. He jerks off daily, except for the days we have sex, which is every 3 to 4 days.
Guys, a schedule.
He does. She does. She's like checking the calendar. All right, you got your one in today. This is a lot.
It's a lot of sexual transparency.
It is.
Which is good to an extent, but this seems like
How does she know he's jerking off daily?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he telling her?
Are you aware of Mike's schedule for these things?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm aware like it happens, but it's not something we like discuss. I don't think there's a schedule to it. I mean, maybe there is, but I don't. I wouldn't.
A little weird.
I don't really want to know if there's a schedule to it. Like that's his business.
Right.
I think
My boy.
It's not in our shared calendar.
Yeah. But I guess if you're trying to have sex and he's like, I did earlier, I don't know if I would even bring that up. I'd be like, these are different things.
Yeah.
My boyfriend has cheated on me once before 3 years ago. No wonder she's keeping track of the jerks.
Okay.
About a month ago, I had a gut feeling I couldn't shake that something was off in our relationship, except he was acting normal and nothing physically or pattern-wise had changed. I'm not sure what triggered this feeling, but I tried to push it down. Last Friday, I decided to look through his phone, and it was pretty clean. Almost too clean.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. This is an experienced stalker.
Yeah, this person's like, there's nothing on this phone. There must be something on this phone.
That's how you know you're a lunatic. Okay.
All the searches had been cleared on social media apps.
That is suspicious.
I mean, this he knows she's tracking his jerks. My God, he knows he's under the watchful eye.
This is what happens when you cheat on someone.
Except when I got to the recently deleted photos.
That's
a folder he never thought of.
That's not an amateur move.
No, this woman knows her deal.
She's been around the block.
There I found several nudes and videos of one girl that were from August 19th through 20th. They were deleted the week after he sent them, according to the timestamps. The Friday I discovered these pictures was the weekend before a wedding, so I decided not to bring it up as to not ruin the weekend. I'm sure they had a fun weekend. I'm sure
she's just like,
sure she was all light and fun, and they fucked and had a great wedding time. Want to dance? Maybe.
I would not be able to keep that for a weekend.
No, the weekend's ruined. I brought up to him my findings on Sunday. Ugh, what a fun I feel for this guy.
Oh my God.
He at first claimed to have no idea what I was talking about until I showed him on his phone. He sat there quietly for a minute or two before saying he was bored and horny at work, so he was searching porn and signed up for a quote-unquote site. He then added the porn lady on Snapchat, and they exchanged nudes. Her nude photos and videos were masturbating videos, and his were dick pics. I could tell by the photo I saw his pictures were taken at work. Nothing gets past her.
Seriously. I mean, I am a little impressed.
I'm not impressed. I asked if it's porn, why would you have to send dick pics back to her?
Good question.
Is a fair question. To which he stated she requested.
This is like a detective.
Right. She requested dick pics in order to send more free videos of her.
As porn stars do. That's how most porn stars like to get paid. Dick pics.
Right.
It's like bringing sand to the beach.
This is crazy. Is that to have something on the guy? Like, what is the...
I don't believe him.
It's all weird. Is this a thing she writes? I don't know. I am torn because I've told him any more cheating. Oh, have you? I'm torn because I told him any more cheating and we can't continue in a relationship. But if it's porn, I am more comfortable with it. Boy, she's a strict but, understanding dictator.
It reminds me of like The Office where Michael goes like, you cheated on me when I specifically asked you not to?
Right. I just haven't heard of porn, which you needed to exchange nudes for in order to get. Is this a thing now? Sincerely, is my gut wrong? This is a mess.
You need to leave this relationship.
5 years? Are they living together? Yeah, I've been with my boyfriend. I don't know. This is exhausting. To me, all her time is spent. Like, when does she work? She's got to look after this guy.
This
running around,
she's counting his masturbations.
Right. This is a
looking at
full-time
his
job.
Pornhub numbers. She doesn't trust him.
No.
He cheated on her 3 years ago, and she doesn't trust him. And I mean,
They got to
seemingly,
keep a calendar at the front door where he marks when he fucking whacks it.
seemingly she shouldn't trust him because he's sending pictures of his penis to porn stars
Right.
on Snapchat. This is not normal. It's not okay. The fact that she even feels the need to look means she doesn't trust him. This relationship has many more issues than even this one.
Than
thing
debating
seems.
the currency with which porn stars work. I'm with you. I'm trying to think. Like, I see, like, I follow models on Instagram that will like give their Snapchat, and I'm always like, what's going on there?
I don't think they're demanding penis pictures to send the.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like his dick.
Maybe
dick.
money.
Right, but why would you send your penis? Well, let's. As empathetic as I can be to him, he follows this porn star on Snapchat. She puts up her own videos publicly of her masturbating. He took a screenshot, and he gets off to the idea of him sending her penis pictures in the fantasy world, but not really fantasy world, where she's like, oh my God, that penis is so beautiful, I have to fuck you. Like, that's him getting off to this whole, like, it's making the fantasy more real.
That she wants it.
That hypothetically, she is opening up his penis.
Yeah.
Gets him off in some weird way.
I would say as a strict...
And also not so weird. I would say that, like, I can understand why that...
Sure, it doesn't make it
making
right.
the fantasy a reality. Yeah, I'm not saying
it's worse, actually, I think.
Right. Why is he's so close to the flame that it's like, you're going to get burnt. Like, you know...
This is a toxic relationship. The fact that she's looking through all his shit casually is toxic.
Right.
The fact that he's doing this is toxic. This is not working. The debate you're having is irrelevant.
The engagement's off.
This is the debate you're having is irrelevant to the larger question here of like, you don't trust this person. This person might have like a somewhat of a sex addiction. I don't know. To me, if my husband or my boyfriend is sending pictures of his penis to anyone, it's not okay. I don't care what the rules are personally.
So what's the line, I guess, if we were to decide? Like, if he was just watching porn and then following up with her on Snapchat and watching her Snapchat, would we, and this is what she found, but no penis pic. Is the penis pic to me, that's the problem?
That's the most problematic part. I wouldn't like the Snapchat follow either. Like, just makes it less like anonymous, less like if they're interacting with, I don't like the idea of like interacting with the person. Like, there's a two-way interaction.
Right. No, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I
like, once there's correspondence between the two of you.
Right.
I think that crosses another line. At least for me. That would be my personal.
I think it's nice that he signed up for the site. He's paying, a sex worker or a porn star, and you got to pay for your porn, which that's nice. I mean, like, that's admirable. But he's only paying for it to probably get the Snapchat that gets you this, like, access
this is cheating.
to the... Yeah,
the minute this would be cheating.
Taking a picture of your own penis for some other woman that's what I'm saying. That's the action.
To
that's
me,
a lot of steps.
You're crossing the gray area into not. And also, he deleted it, so he knows it's wrong.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Like, you're living in a world of distrust.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, like, she doesn't trust him. So
right.
There's far bigger core issues in this relationship. Well, you need to see a couples therapist if you're going to try to make it work.
She's also like not understanding. It's like having like a car that's old. Like, and you're like, well, the door doesn't work, but you can open it from the inside, and the engine, you got to let it warm up before the AC turns on, and then she
doesn't want to have to go through the trouble of getting a new car.
Well, you'll come to realize the minute you're in a healthy relationship is how much time you are spending wasting. All the time you're spending to like keep this a comfortable relationship for yourself is wasted time and energy. Yeah. You could be putting into other things. So it's like with the old car, it's like, yeah, but then I'm gonna have to buy a new one. It's gonna take a lot of money, and it's gonna but the money
getting it fixed.
But the time you spend not starting your car and not opening from the door from the inside will be used in other places to make you the money that will
Totally. I mean,
you
she's
know.
doing the job that someone would pay good money to a private investigator to do. Like she's spending a lot of time and energy looking through the phone, dating, tracking the deleted photos. Like also like you just don't you don't trust that. That's if you're looking through someone's phone, it means you do not trust them.
Right.
That's the central issue in your relationship. He cheated on you, you never got over it. You don't trust him, and maybe you shouldn't.
Right. And you probably didn't do the work to work through this cheating.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned couples counseling. They probably didn't do that.
Doesn't sound
They
like
just
it.
got over it. And the version of getting over it is, well, you can masturbate once a day and we'll have sex 3 to 4 times a week so that I keep this animal at bay.
Right. But that doesn't really like address the larger issue.
Doesn't seem to be helping. He's still sending dick pics to randos.
Yes.
So
my ruling is cheating.
Guilty.
Guilty. He's wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong.
And so are you.
Well, yeah, sincerely, is my gut wrong? Your gut is wrong. Or your gut is right.
Our gut is right.
Right.
I mean, the fact that she's looking anyway is also...
Is this a thing now? Is sending your penis to a random woman a thing now?
I could see how someone would try to spin it that way.
Right.
Everyone does it.
That's what we do. Wow. No, I'm sorry, dude.
Okay, let's do another one.
I guess that wedding weekend was the least of his problems.
Imagine that Sunday. He's hungover.
Oh my God. But we just
Can we
danced
talk?
to shout.
I'm
horrible.
impressed she was able to fake it. She's like an actor. Yeah.
I can promise you she was not a good faker.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah, that wedding weekend was brutal.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Hi, J&J, longtime listener and subscriber, and I love the show. I have a question that's on the more serious side, but I think you guys would be well equipped to answer it.
Okay. You know us.
Jordana often talks about
Sally Serious.
That's us. Jordana often talks about her therapy journey, so I know she has some insight here. And Jared, I would love a male perspective on this one.
I'll try my best.
I was dating someone for a few months, and throughout the course of our relationship, I definitely noticed that he had some commitment issues. He had discussed cheating in the past and also had a penchant for lying. I think she means like a penchant.
Oh, no, a pension for lying.
Penchant for lying? That's not the right word.
Is that the right word?
I don't think it's pension.
I thought it was a pension.
Like a pension, like a retirement plan?
Right. Maybe it's not spelled that way. A penchant?
Penchant? Penchant.
That's what it is?
It's
penchant?
a penchant. Yeah, like a penchant for lying.
A penchant?
Yeah. Pension is like you have a pension if you work.
I know. I understand. I'm just saying I've always thought it was a penchant for lying.
No, it's spelled Pension, which is definitely the wrong. He's a knack.
A penchant.
Yeah.
A penchant.
There you go. There's our franc
That's a
stuff coming
C'est
out.
la vie.
The lies were always dumb and inconsequential, but nonetheless, they happened. Due to all of this and some suspected inappropriate behavior while on a boys' trip, I ended the relationship. He admitted he wasn't ready for a relationship after the conversation, but would like to remain friends. We tried that for about a week, and it just didn't work out for me. Our last conversation was him telling me that he really wanted to get help, and he would let me know how that was going. I didn't give much of a response because I was too sad in the moment. My question is, since our breakup, which was about a month ago, he has started therapy. He reached out after his second session and shared a lot of the insight he was gaining.
I'm fixed.
Into 2 sessions.
2 sesh. I'm good.
He has now continually reached out via FaceTime calls or text messages. Part of me thinks I need to keep the boundary up because I was the one who decided I couldn't handle being friends. But on the other hand, since I was the one who suggested therapy and he is taking my suggestion, I'm wondering if I should continue to talk to him. Nothing has gone past talking, and we are acting as friends at this particular moment. I'm not quite sure if I trust him yet because a few therapy sessions does not make a changed man. But I have a feeling that he is going to continue to reach out to share how things are going in his journey. Do you think continuing to talk to him is a good idea? I do feel a little guarded, but I also feel hopeful. I think, like every woman, I'd love to be there and be with him once he's healed. What would you do, Jordana, since you're a proponent for therapy? Do you think a man going to therapy can actually change? And what about you, Jared?
Okay. Why even tell him to go if he couldn't change at all?
And what about
Such a fucked up thing. Do you think anyone can change from therapy?
Yes, of course.
So that question is like hilarious to me.
Well, that's not really her question.
I know it's not her question, but it is a funny way to be like, do you think therapy can change? Then why are we even
of course.
going in the first place?
Of course.
Yeah.
And what about you, Jared? I would love your insight on this as I go back and forth almost daily. Sincerely, a back and forth batch.
So what do you think, Jordana?
I think,
As a therapy woman,
right, I'm a fan of
proponent,
therapy.
Yeah.
I like what he's doing here. This is not enough time for an actual change.
Mm-hmm.
The friends thing doesn't work. He's trying to, I think men do that. And you've talked about this before. Like, women love guys who go to therapy. And this guy is like, all right, I'm going to therapy. And so now all the weird, shady shit I've done, she's going to say, well, I'm in therapy. I can say now I'm in therapy, and that'll make it all okay.
Right.
I think she needs a 6-month break from this guy. No
Yeah.
contact, 6-month break. Let him, if he wants to keep going to therapy, let him keep going to therapy. If I broke up with someone because they were doing shady shit and I didn't trust them and they said, all right, I'm going to go to therapy, I would say, all right, let me know how that goes. In 6 months, if I'm still single, we can talk. You can let me know like how it's different.
Right. No,
I
we're
wouldn't say
100%
two therapy sessions.
right.
Fuck off.
Well, we're 100% aligned. I agree with you. And there needs like to be an on-off switch. For me, this is me talking out of my ass. Like, what the fuck do I know? But I'm just saying, like, I just don't. To me, based on what she's written, and also having a penchant for lying, when you have a penchant for lying,
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
to me, he's a liar. You know?
Right. Who
So-
knows if he was even going to therapy?
Right. So I don't really buy it. To me, he's found a person who's willing to believe anything he says. So
Her or the therapist?
her. We don't even know if the therapist exists.
Right. That's the other thing. Like, the therapist might not even exist.
Right. And if they're all small inconsequential lies, he's probably thinking, it's a small inconsequential lie. Let's tell her so that I went to therapy. She's been asking for that. That's an easy one to do. And I can be like, oh, who's the therapist? Oh, Dr. Meinstein.
Yeah. I wouldn't believe him
You
at
know,
all.
He's probably saying that he's going to, Dr. Naomi. He listened to 2 episodes of Oversharing, and
right.
now he's like, I went to therapy.
Basically therapy.
Yeah, I'm good. I just don't buy it. And like, here's the thing. When someone doesn't like change, I'll say this about myself. Like, when you don't make any changes, but you say you're changing,
It's bullshit.
it's bullshit.
Right.
So to me, he's getting to talk to you. You didn't want to be friends, but he's still FaceTiming. And this was a solution to get you to keep FaceTiming him. Why does he need this? Why does he need to keep coming back to you? He's probably lonely. I don't know.
And it's manipulative. I don't like it for that reason, too. I would
Right.
respect him more if he didn't speak to you at all. He went away for 6 months and then or more, and then came back and was like, hey, I've been working on myself for a while now. I realized that I've been, I have this penchant for lying, and it's because of XYZ I've discovered, and like, here's what I'm doing to make sure that I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Here's why I feel like
Well,
I do that.
You know why he doesn't
and-
do that? Because when he comes back, he'd have to give that speech.
Right.
When he doesn't turn off, he never has to give the speech. He never has to make any promises.
Because he
never
says he's doing it, going through it with
Right,
her.
we're doing it.
Right.
You're here with me. There's never like I'm
There's no
realizing
consequence.
This, I'm realizing this as you explain it too, because as you explain, like him coming back, like, yeah, that's a big moment. He'd have
Right.
to like say what he's learned. He'd have to make, say where he wants in the future. He'd have to make some
Yeah.
actual statements written in ink, and what he's doing now is all in pencil. It's all just on the fly.
Totally. And that's why it's manipulative. And then even like if you took therapy out of it, right? I think anyone who you broke up with who still's trying to contact you and say that they've changed, there's no reason or evidence as to why that would be. And so to get back with them or to continue doing what you're doing, you're just saying to do that, you could do that, but you're just saying, I'm going to be back with the same person that I was just with.
Right.
Like if anyone ever comes back, I think to try to reignite a relationship, they need to have those answers of here's the reasons we weren't
Right.
working. Here's why it's different now. Here's why I'm different now.
Here's the other thing he's doing. He's not even letting you move on.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
manipulative
said
and selfish.
Right. You ended it with him. You said, I can't be friends. And now he's like, what, to therapy, and still FaceTiming you? He's not letting you have the chance to meet someone new. And you're buying into it because you're like, the dream is to have the guy realize, that I've almost lost the woman of my dreams and is back. So he's like feeding into that dream.
Right. He's bullshitting
It's fucked
you.
up. Yeah.
Deal breaker.
There we go. We
These
solved
things are
dating
fun.
again. They're great.
I'm
I
happy
love a
we have
gavel.
We did it.
We did it. Everyone, keep listening. Remember, this is Moving to Friday.
Yes.
Send us some names. uup@betches.com.
We'll be back on Wednesday.
Boom.
The U Up podcast is produced by Belle Roman and Candice Maniga. Edited by Belle Roman. Social media by Candice Maniga. Guest booking by Ali Friedlander. VP of podcast is Chris Allen. And be sure to follow You Up at u.up.podcast.